This is Dr. T. Varlasmi discussing about the accounting concepts and conventions as a part of this business economics and financial analysis. Accounting concepts and conventions are nothing but the principles which are using while preparing this accounting cycle by the accountant. Here, the principles are all categorized into three elements, that is assumptions, concepts, and constraints. So assumptions include money unit, economic entity, going concern, the time period. These are all some of the assumptions of these accounting principles. Whereas the accounting concepts involves revenue recognition, matching principle, full disclosure, historical cost, and accounting constraints, that is compulsory elements, will be called as materiality, conservatism, consistency, cost benefit, and objectivity. So these are all some of their assumptions, concepts, and constraints. Let us have the discussion about them in each and every point wise. Assumptions. So assumptions means which is prescribed by the Indian accounting standards before going to start any business. Some imaginations or some certain elements of the assumptions should be there while maintaining these books of the records, that will be called as accounting assumptions. So the first assumption is money unit. That is, accountant gathers the financial information to produce different reports for their clients. The reports are expressed in monetary values only. That is, non-monetary elements are not taken into the consideration. So, for example, Australian dollar are used in Australia, whereas the Japanese yen are used in the Japan. And India, we are all using the Indian rupees only. So that rupees only we have to consider take into consideration. We should not convert that rupees into the dollars. And that means accountants only consider items that can be expressed in monetary items only, but not in the non-monetary items also. And one more thing here it is, for example, if the organization is spending 10,000 rupees for the purchasing of the goods, that 10,000 only they will take into the consideration, but what kind of quality goods they have purchased won't take into the consideration, which means there is a qualitative element, but only the quantitative element, that is money value, only takes into the considerations. That is the first assumption of this accounting principle, that everything should be measurable in terms of the money only has to consider for the recording of the accounting. And second element is economic entity, which means it has its own books, records, and financial statements that is separate from the owner. No intermingling of a person's or the business assets and the liabilities or the incomes and expenses, which means owner is separate, organization is separate. So let us say organization has purchased 10,000 worth of the furnitures. In this one, 8,000 is using by the organization, 2,000 is used for the personal purpose of the owner. Then that will be written under the drawings, which means again the owner has to keep that amount at any point of time, or it can be reducible with the capital invested by the owner. So even though the owner is there, for his personal use, if he uses, that will be reduces from the organizational incomes money, because it always assumes that the owner is separate, organization is separate, because the people will come and go, but the organization will run for the long run activity. So that's why always they have to treat that organization is an economic entity, whereas the owner is separate, business entity is separate. Going concern concept. Always the organizations should think that they are going to be run the organization for long run activity. They should not think that they are going to be stop that organization within 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. So for every end up to the starting to this winding up of that one, every transaction has to record, and they should not think that in next year we are going to be closing that one and we have to stop this business organization. For the everything right from beginning to the ending, every transactions must be taken into consideration under the going concept. The time period. So here the preparation of the accounts must be mention the regular progress of the reports, including with this time constraint. That is, here they have to take the 2 intervals of the account considerations. Generally, the financial year it will be called, that in India, April 1st to March 31st. That has to take into the consideration. So April 1st of 2021, and it will be end by the year 2022 March 31st. This will be called as this financial year or the accounting year. Here for the quarterly means April, May, June. Half yearly means July, August, September also includes. So like this, quarterly wise, annually wise, half yearly wise, they need to specify the time intervals of this accounting records. That is the very important concept of these accounting assumptions. So we have seen accounting assumptions. Now the accounting concepts means assumptions as well as the rules that has to follow by the accountant before preparing this books of records is called as the accounting concepts. These are all the rules compulsory he has to follow. That is, the first thing is revenue recognition. That is, recognized revenues in the accounting period, when they become realizable, then only they have to earn. There is no room for the imaginary elements. So they have given some goods to one person, and that person has given the bills, and bills only has to write under account receivables. They should not write it as cash, because the cash is not realized. Then once the bills is paid, then the account receivables will be converted into cash. So once that activity has done, then only it has to take into the consideration. They should not say that he will compulsory pay, why shouldn't we write the cash? So if they write like this, if the unfortunately that person has not paid, that may be uncompleted information with the organization. So once that activity is completed, once that revenue is generated and realistically has done, then only it has to take into the considerations. That is the revenue recognition aspect. The next principle or the next concept is matching principle. So that means the practice of expenditure recognition is referred as the matching principle. So whatever they are all expenditure, so then that should be equals to that revenue. So both should be equivalent to that one. So for example, if they have spent 1 rupee for purchasing of 1 lakh worth of the machinery, so that is not a matching concept. So that should be reliable, and what that expenditures, what is the revenue income, should be matchable. That is called as matching principles. Expenditures in earning the revenue or offset against revenue earns this month. So everything should be matches with the expenditures. Without expenditure, they are getting the profits. Profits means it is not an unrealistic element or the matching principle. And full disclosure concept. All the transactions which are doing by the organization should be transparent, and it should be disclosable time to time to all its users. There should not be any hidings in this business transactions. Every transaction has to disclose under the accounting information. That is the full disclosure concept. And historical cost. So they have to see the machineries face value or the book value at the time of their purchasing and their addings. Everything has to be accumulated with the historical elements. And previously, what is the capital of the organization and how it is, in what way it is going to be spending. Everything should be have the proof and link to the previous transactions. That is called as this historical cost. So we have discussed about these accounting concepts and assumptions. Next thing is accounting constraints. So which means the reporting the financial, while reporting this financial informations or the maintaining the books of records, some boundaries or the limitations are all there for the organization, and certain guidelines are also they have to follow as per the authorities. That guidelines and the limitations in the maintaining of these accounting elements is called as the accounting constraints. They include materiality constraints, which means an item is material when its size makes it likely to influence the decision of an investor or creditor. So which means organization, let us say a bakery is there. For that for that bakery, if 10 rupees is not identifying, that can be ignorable. But for a bakery, 1,000 rupees means it has to consider, there is no materiality constraint. They have to consider it as the miscellaneous expenditure. And for 1,000 rupees, like ITC companies, the 1,000 rupees up to 10,000, any misconversations, or the if it is not tallied, then it will be nothing for them. But if it is 1 lakh, it will be a matter for them. So based on that one, based on the business organizations and the size, they have to see. For the vegetable vendor, even every 1 rupee, 10 rupees is also matter for him. So based on the size of that organization or the market lengthiness, they have the materiality constraints. Next thing is conservatism. That is, anything they are taking into the consideration, they should be based on the realistic and possible elements. For example, in future, if they are expecting the losses, that can be taken into consideration of the accounts. But in future, if they are getting the profits, that won't take into the consideration, because expecting of losses is betterly understandable for the accounts. Expecting of the profits may comes or may not comes. If expected of the losses, if they have done taken any precautions, that will be beneficiary for the business activities. With the expectation of the profits, if he does any expenditure now, with that may get or may not get that one. So that's why it is always better to be forecastive than the overconfidence. So that is the conservatism. Consistency. Any methods, techniques, books of the records which they are maintaining, that methods should be constant for up to certain years. That is 2 to 3 years or the 10 years. They have to maintain the same methods. For example, that reduction of that to calculate the reduction in the machinery. For example, that reduction calculation is called as the depreciation. Let us say a machinery is purchasing for 1 lakh, and that life of that machinery is 10 years. After 10 years, if that machinery value becomes 0, means every year they can say 10,000 rupees of, that is 1 lakh divided by 10 means 10,000 rupees of the depreciation is there in that machinery. They can calculate. The same method will they have to take into consideration. Another method is there, reduction balancing method. So that means, so this year 10,000, next year its value is 90,000 means, and that is 1 lakh 10,000, 1 lakh minus 10,000. Next year the face value of the asset is 90,000 they are treating. On this one, the depreciation 9,000 they will take. And the next year on the 8,000, 10%, 10 years means they'll take 8,000 into the consideration. So that is unequally based on that values. So any method they can choose, but once if they have taken the straight line method, that method only they have to follow. If they have chosen this reducing balance method, that only they have to take into the consideration. They should not change 1 year to another year. That method they should not change. Once it is fixed, that only they have to take into the considerations. That is called as the consistency. And the next thing is the cost benefit. Accounting standards setters, where it says cost constraints means the information of the benefits of the financial users and the what is the gain, what is the benefit, expenditures they have to mention under this accountancy. And objectivity principle, accounting information is supposed to be independent and unbiased evidence, which means they should not say any fraudulent in this accounting maintenances. If they have done, it is liable to the penalties of by the government authorities or the considerable authorities. So that is about the accounting concepts, conventions and constraints as a part of accounting principles. That is accounting principles. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.